bienvenue and welcome. Nmesoma Umenwofor-Nweze, Nmesoma Yunga, Nigeria mi inusu miyanga, Iqaluit. Let me start by saying that, as you may have already noted, my Inuktitut is very feeble at best, and my French is still rudimentary. Je vais parler en anglais pour la majorité du temps parce que je n'ai pas assez le vocabulaire et d'expérience, mais je vais essayer de parler en français et Inuktitut. Est-ce que c'est une bonne idée? Je ne sais pas. Peut-être c'est une mauvaise idée, mais c'est la vie. My verb tenses and pronunciation are probably going to be atrocious. Plus, I'm really nervous, so my apologies in advance. Before I begin, I just really want to show my admiration for these awesome Canadian changemakers that I have the great fortune of speaking with. You all radiate with passion for what you do, but more importantly, compassion for others. It's truly an honor to share this event with you. And another huge thank you, obviously, to the Walrus Foundation and Heritage Canada for this beautiful initiative. Events like these are great venues for intentional reflection as this country faces a historical milestone. So, for every person who lives within the borders of what has been known as Canada for about 150 years now, this anniversary means very different things. It's kind of funny. I was talking about Canada 150 with a friend who was Hungarian. And he says to me, so this country is only like 150 years old. And I said, yeah. And he says, I'm pretty sure my bed frame at home is at least twice as old. For him, it is a wonder that something so physically and ideologically big like Canada can be so new. And in one sense, it is true that relatively speaking, this nation is still in its infancy. However, from many other perspectives, this is untrue. For some newcomers, Canada may be barely a year old. To others, may be as old as their children or their great-great-great-grandparents. For the indigenous peoples of this land, the memory of this white settler colony may be more or less recent, but encompassing socio-cultural degradation over generations, as this one nation was built on the spines of many others. Now, I find that with any sort of anniversary, there comes some sense of finality. And perhaps it is my being raised by a dynamic and ever-evolving mom, and my upbringing here in Iqaluit that I just cannot bring myself to grasp that history might be over. Si vous me permettez, je vais utiliser un exemple. Avait 17 ans, si alors le Nunavut n'existait pas de la même façon que maintenant. La terre, l'eau et beaucoup de gens étaient là, mais le territoire n'était pas. It wasn't with fate or happenstance that Nunavut erupted onto maps. It was with incredible tenacity, hard work, qanuktornik, and most importantly, inuktitut that Nunavut and its fortifying document, the Nunavut Land Claims Agreement, came to be. We can begin to appreciate the amazing feat it is for Inuit and all Nunavummiut to have the rights, responsibilities, and protocols, especially environmental, granted by the Land Claims Agreement. However, the greatest feat of the Land Claims Agreement, and something I hope to emulate in my own life, is the compassion involved in its conception and every step of drafting, negotiating, redrafting, renegotiating, more redrafting, and implementing the document. This Land Claims Agreement, like no other in the world, and this territory are definitive examples of how malleable history still is, as long as our intentions are infused with compassion and perseverance. Nunavut is a place founded upon and sustained by the compassion taught through Sangayuk Inuit Qayumayik. It is a place where history lives and breathes in the present moment. Social and cultural rebuilding is happening here every day. And each of us is granted a chance to be part of creating a great home, but also in creating a better method of building a home. Qautamat Aragutamat. I believe that here we are writing a new example for history to follow. With the creation of this territory, we can know that nation building is something that can be done with and for love, respect, and peace. Canada, Nunavut, and every other country or nation is, in my opinion, a developing one. We have not yet reached our most harmonious state socially, economically, environmentally, or in many other ways, maybe just personally. Even though history has not succeeded in representing many of us, history is not over. Each of us, but especially my fellow young people, have a great opportunity that many of our predecessors did not have to become who we want. By pursuing scholastic education, but as well as educating each other person to person, we can become more aware and skilled individuals. Skills and awareness we should bring back here to enrich not only through our future professions, but to nourish our community with empathy and to build up our peers who may have faced more obstacles than we ourselves have, and ultimately to demolish these obstacles. What we shouldn't fail to remember is that each of us is not only capable, but talented and valuable and necessary. And with a little more time and courage to explore what's out there, you can unlock what's waiting inside of you. When that is found and cultivated, there's nothing you can call impossible. For young Nunavut, there is so much richness here at home to be inspired by. Nunavut is home to elders who are an endless source of nurture and wisdom. Here we have the incredible privilege of reaching out to the same political pioneers we learn about in class and hear about their work and histories firsthand. As young Nunavut, we have the duty to envision what the next 2 decades of this territory will look like and take the first unsure step towards that future. Whatever that step is for you, go for it. Already, it can be said that the young people of Nunavut are creating an environment that celebrates diversity and enables anyone and everyone to dream big and pursue their dreams. Exemplified by the student-led atmosphere at Iqaluit High School. There, students go beyond tolerance or distant acceptance to prioritize building a safe and close-knit learning community. Also, on that note, go Huskies. It is with deep compassion, a lot of hard work, open ears, minds, and hearts that a better and more harmonious nation can be built. And how can we not know this if we live here? Nakomi, merci, thank you.